Thank you for being with us, Representative-elect Grijalva. I want to hear your response to what we just heard here. Is Senator Kelly right? Do you think this really comes down to the Epstein files and the discharge petition?
I do think he's right. Really to put a finer point on it, we had a freshman class in 2019 sworn in during a shutdown. A pro forma session in April of this year. Speaker Johnson swore in 2 representatives, Republican representatives, Petronas and Fine. April 1st was their election. They were sworn in on April 2nd, less than 24 hours later. About 3 weeks ago, Representative Walkinshaw from Virginia won his election, and less than 24 hours later, he was sworn in. So Speaker Johnson's precedent on what he has established as the norm is what he is backpedaling on. And the only thing that distinguishes me, well, I'm a woman, but the only other thing that distinguishes this Chicana from Arizona from everybody else is that I have committed to being the 218th signer on the discharge petition for the Epstein files.
So I want to ask you also about this exchange that apparently happened just a short time ago outside the Speaker's office with Senators Gallego and Kelly. Have you heard from them? I mean, this is getting spicy.
Well, and I appreciate the frustration because their offices are the ones that are helping constituents that should be coming to our office. We're pushing everybody that's reaching out. And again, it's over 700,000 people that could need assistance in District 7, and there are no constituent services. There is no office, no cell phone, no staff member that anyone can go to, especially during this shutdown when we have over 10,000 civilian federal employees that need assistance. We have people that are dealing with immigration issues. I mean, my father's office was known for their constituent services and prompt response. Here we are that, you can't even get anybody on the phone because I can't hire staff. My office in Washington has my placard on it. My name is there. And I don't even have keys to get into the office. I can't get into the building right now during a shutdown without an escort because I have no legal reason to be there right now and have not gone through any sort of security clearance. I don't have staff. And so more and more, they're silencing the voices of constituents here in Arizona.
Have you heard anything from Speaker Johnson directly?
No, not at all. Everything has been like through media outlets or reporters asking questions. We did send a letter and asking, just give me a date. I will show up. But when we thought votes were gonna happen on the 7th, I'm a mom of 3 kids, and I want my husband and my kids there for this really special moment. And I had to cancel all of those flights. I don't have a budget, a congressional budget, until I'm sworn in. So this is all, out of pocket. And I have not been working where I'm collecting a check since April when I resigned from the Pima County Board of Supervisors. And so, this economy has been hard on everyone. And I don't know anybody that can just schedule 6 flights and then, hope for the best. It's just not an option for most of us, including me.
So just to be clear, you have not heard at all, not even an email from Speaker Mike Johnson?
Not at all. Not one thing. And we have reached out directly. We sent a letter. We're like, just give us a date. Because this idea that the government is shut down so we can't do it is completely false. And that, we're not in session. We have pro forma sessions. We had one today. Representative Greg Stan from Arizona, you could hear him audibly saying, excuse me, to be recognized so he can ask for a date for me to get sworn in. And that didn't happen. And so if he says, we're going to have a pro forma session on Friday, be here, I would be there because it is that important to the constituents of this community to have a voice there and for me to be able to hire staff, open up offices, and let me do my job. But Speaker Johnson has to do his job before I can do mine.
So what does the team around you say? Is there any legal recourse here that you could take if this goes on and on?
We're exploring that for sure. Attorney General Chris Mays here in Arizona, we've talked, and they're going to look at any other legal recourse we have, because the precedent that this is setting, it's a scary precedent that if the speaker isn't politically aligned with the person getting sworn in, if you're going to take action that they don't like, they can just drag their feet, and there doesn't seem to be any recourse other than I can be sworn in by a federal judge, but it takes like an act of Congress to do it. And if he continues to drag this on, so I don't have any other option, that's why we have to look at other legal avenues, because he's suppressing the voice of, over 700,000 people.
Okay, so if Speaker Mike Johnson were to watch this conversation you and I are having, what would you say to him directly?
Schedule my swearing in so I can do my job. You are silencing the voices of 700,000 people in Southern Arizona who elected me overwhelmingly, nearly 70% of the vote, to work for them. I want to work for Southern Arizona. Let me do my job, and please do your job.
All right, Representative-elect Adelita Grijalva of Arizona, we thank you so much.